Hello Airfix fans and welcome back to another episode of Flight Deck. We're at Scale Model World Telford. Shall we take a look around? Before we do that, we have to talk about the 3 secret releases in 1 week from Airfix. Firstly, the Bristol Superfreighter Vintage Classic kit. The Bristol Superfreighter was designed in 1952 as a development of the Bristol Freighter to meet the requirements of the car ferry services, carrying cars and their passengers across the English Channel. Next up, and with new schemes and parts, is the Westland Sea King HC.4. Currently on the Airfix website is a Sea King and collector coin bundle. This latest limited edition collector coin pays homage to the longest serving Mark IV Sea King, ZA-298, known as King of the Junglies. This one-of-a-kind Airfix coin sports the 846 Naval Air Squadron aircraft ZA-298 as seen during Operation Corporate, Falkland Islands, 1982. The King of the Junglies served 4 wars and various missions, including at the Falklands, Bosnia, Iraq and Afghanistan. With only 500 limited edition coins available, we recommend grabbing this bundle quickly, because once they're gone, they're gone. And finally, a brand new tool, 1/48 scale Westland Lysander. Packed full of detail, this brand new mould includes closed or open canopy options to reveal the detailed internal fuselage structure. The wings can be built with open or closed leading edge slats and dropped flaps. The undercarriage features covered or uncovered wheels with optional bomb racks and a full bomb load. One of the more unusual aircraft to see action during the Second World War, the Lysander was designed to provide the British Army with a modern aircraft for reconnaissance, observation and artillery spotting. Possessing exceptional short takeoff and landing capabilities, the Lysander was just what the Army was looking for. Last weekend we were at Scale Model World Telford, and thank you to everyone who came along and said hi. There are some really fantastic models on display and we were very humbled to see all of your incredible builds. Whilst walking around, it was really cool to see some unusual Airfix kits on display. I thought I'd pick a few and tell you a little bit about each one. First up, the cigarette box series of ships in a bottle. The modeller has done an incredible job on this kit with such a small scale. Next up, I saw one of the most unusual Airfix kits I've ever seen. It was really hard to find any information online about this kit, so please let me know if you remember building it. The Airfix Italian Flower Craft. Quite bizarre. You can make 3 different arrangements with this set. The box front says that the flower pictures will be everlasting, and I'm pretty confident these flowers mounted are from the 1970s. Next up, I thought I'd show something a bit more modern. These modified Quickbuild buses look fantastic. I talked to quite a few modelers who mentioned about weathering and redesigning Quickbuild kits. Finally, it wouldn't be a model show without taking a quick look at the Airfix dinosaurs. There's quite a range here, but no doubt scientifically out of date, but that's part of the charm. Christmas jumpers. They're as much as a part of the British Christmas as dry turkey, overcooked sprouts and family arguments. But where did they come from? And why do we all seem to love them, or at least tolerate them, so much? To understand the Christmas jumper, we have to go back to the original woolly warriors of Britain, fishermen. Yes, it's the hardy seafarers of the 19th century we can thank for the birth of the chunky knitwear we all know and itch for today. Although back then they weren't sporting festive reindeer patterns or snowflakes, no, their jumpers were more practical. Let's say less ho 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 and more heave ho, ho ho. Then came the 1980s. Out went subtlety, in came garish colours and patterns, and thanks to TV shows like Only Fools and Horses, the Christmas jumper became a staple of seasonal silliness. In those days it was all about novelty, with oversized reindeers, flashing lights, and possibly a whiff of regret. And so we find ourselves here today celebrating this odd, woolly, and sometimes a little bit itchy tradition. But hold on to your baubles because I've got a treat for you. This Christmas, Airfix are adding their own stitch to this seasonal tapestry. Of course, it's the Airfix Christmas Jumper. Nothing says Merry Christmas like Airfix in jumper form. Perfect for Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and for anyone who likes their fashion with a fuselage and a bit of flair. Now for some kits that we released last month, which if you haven't got your hands on, you certainly should do. The de Havilland Tiger Moth in 1/72nd scale. Still a familiar sight at airfields all over the world, the de Havilland Tiger Moth primary trainer made its first flight back in 1931 and provided British and Commonwealth Air Forces with thousands of trained pilots for their operational squadrons. Performing a similar role to this day, the Tiger Moth allows prospective warbird pilots to gain valuable experience in flying a tail dragger aircraft. The Vintage Classic Handley Page Hampden hit your modelling bench last month. Unquestionably one of the most distinctive British aircraft of the Second World War, the Hampden was an impressively manoeuvrable medium bomber which saw extensive service during the early stages of the war, with its narrow 3-foot wide fuselage earning it the nickname of the Flying Suitcase. It was used on the RAF's first bombing raid against Berlin in August 1940. Now, 2 kits that should be heading through your letterbox very soon. The Vintage Classic HMS Iron Duke. The mighty British warship HMS Iron Duke was a battleship which represented the pinnacle of naval power when she entered service in late 1913. A thoroughbred fighting aeroplane, the Mustang possessed the range, speed and firepower needed to secure air supremacy in the skies over Europe, and despite only entering the Second World War during its latter stages, was regarded as one of the most effective fighters of the entire war. And very soon, this 1/24th scale Vintage Classic North American P-51D Mustang will be making its way to you. Now it has been a while, hasn't it? So let's head over to your kits and show off some of your great builds from the past month. First up, I'm loving this 1/72nd scale Sherman Firefly starter set diorama from Stephen Patterson. As Britain prepared for war in the late 1930s, the military wasn't just in desperate need of aircraft, tanks and guns. Just as important were trucks and general utility vehicles that supported all kinds of operations. Having the ability to supply modern mechanised armies with fuel, ammunition and food was crucial to the military's success. This is a great build of our World War II British Army truck by Aaron. Excellent build of our Airfix 1/72nd scale Heinkel He 177 kit from 1990 by Tim Wang. That's all we have time for in this month's episode of Flight Tech. Of course, next month is December, so I'll be continuing my yearly tradition of a Christmas Airfix build. Let me know if you have any guesses of what I could be building in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Nathan, over and out.